Goodness me. Orientation is locked. Okay, fine. So, this is going to prove challenging. Welcome to the big board. Thought I'd do a quick little live session, mainly because I've got, and doesn't matter if anybody turns up, because hey, who cares? I got some stuff in the mail yesterday that's kind of cool and a little bit different, kind of out of my normal gameplay range, I will say that. But it's a company I've been following for about a year or so, year and a half. And they released a product called Everyday Heroes back in 2022, which is a reboot of what's called the D20 system. And I think basically it's Dungeons and Dragons 5e, possibly using the Commons system, right? So they can do whatever they want with it. But the game system is 100%. I at least 110%. It's 100% synced and compatible with Dungeons and Dragons, right? So that's the first thing that is interesting if you're a D&D player. But it's set. Everything is set in sort of more modern times, or slash less fantasy. But there's also sci-fi stuff as well, and all that sort of business. And so anyway, I got this stuff in the mail. I received a digital copy of Everyday Heroes rules, which I'm going to see if I can just switch around the camera because you don't really need to see moi. No, oh, that's going closer. Okay, so I'm going to have to hold this, am I? Let me see if I can do this differently. Oh, dang. There we go. Maybe that'll work. So I've got Everyday Heroes digital version of the rules, and it's classic RPG of 460 pages of rules. A lot of your feelings might get hurt, someone might die, there are triggering things in the rule books, and all that sort of stuff. Plus, there's then there's also a lot of artwork in the rule book, which I can't. Maybe how do I scroll? I'm not particularly proficient with this little doing here, but I'll show you the index here, and this might give you a little bit of a sense of. Am I pushing the wrong button? Here we go. So it goes through all the different concepts around different types of heroes, and then feats of action that they can do, then the core rules for how to do combat and movement and line of fire and ranged fire and hand to hand and all that goofy stuff, right? All the usual stuff you expect. Then there's a whole GM section. Did I go the wrong way? No, I didn't. Okay, so that's the index there, basically. 460 crazy pages, right? That's version 1.1 that I have. Now, so you're like, okay, Kevin, who cares? Well, as you probably saw as I scroll across here, look at that action, Total Recall. So these guys have done, here's what I found fascinating. I did a little playthrough, not Streets of New York, Escape from New York, right? They've done these cinematic partnerships with companies to have the rights to create a universe, RPG universes, in movies, right? So I was like, oh, that's really cool. So I did a little video and write-up on their that's one of the digital things they sent me, took some screenshots and all that sort of stuff. Well, I got approached by them the other day because I saw they sent me an email, and then within that email, I think what happened? I'm trying to get this right so it doesn't. Yes, that's right. I got a promotion for a Kickstarter, and it was to do with all of the modern weapons systems. So it's basically a resource book with Kickstarter. I sent them a note and said, hey, do you guys have any discounted versions that I could have access to either in PDF or in physical format? Happy to go sign up on the Kickstarter, but I'd love to promote your stuff because I think it's kind of cool. And I was looking through the promotional material, and then they sent me an email and said, hey, yeah, look, we saw what you did previously. That was cool. If you like, we'll absolutely send you, they're going to send me a complimentary copy of this weapons case when it comes out. And I have thoughts about why I want this, and I may get to that, I may not, I don't know. And so then they said, well, hey, while you're there on the website, why don't you pick out a couple of different things, and if you want to review them, that'd be cool. Now, I have not played any of these yet, other than the messing around I did with the base system with Escape from New York. But I asked for the Highlander, all right? Because I just thought that'd be so cool to be Connor McLeod, right? From Clan McLeod. They also sent me Total Recall, which is super interesting because it's all sci-fi based, and there's all sorts of different weapons systems and things like that. But what I thought I would do, I'm going to see if I can get this phone to sit still because I'm a dog. Oh, it's not going to do it. All right, how am I going to do this? Everybody stand by, please. All right, hang on just 1 second. I'll flip this back around. Will it flip back around? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm going to change the orientation of my stand. All right. I'm just going to have to be happy with this. Now, one of the cool things, so I've been very interested in RPGs over the last 2 years or so, and I've bought Twilight 2000, I bought War Stories, I bought some other systems. I've got a small handful of them now, and I like them because of the stories they generate, right? I think it's cool. And when I saw this Highlander one, I just had to get it because it's just going to be epic. We can do all sorts of goofy things with it, and hopefully write some cool stories that you will see on my Substack, which is why I'm doing the video, is to sort of just give you a highlight or a look at this system. And it goes through, look at it's crunch. It stays true to the original movie, not the follow-ons, right? Talks about all of that there, right? And then it gives you all these, all the rules that you'll need with this comfort and safety nonsense. All the rules you'll need to be an immortal, your special skills, all the concepts around fighting on holy ground or not fighting on holy grounds, how to do duels correctly. They're talking about the quickening, and there can be only one, and keeping the secret and the prize, and all the buzz you feel when you encounter another immortal. So it's got this whole nice set of stuff, then all the different options for mortals, and it gives you immortals, I should say, and it gives you some typical backgrounds, the sort of pre-made backgrounds you can use if you want. And then there's a whole bunch of making dueling fun, environmental effects, new rules. There's ways that you will pick how things happen in combat, stuff like that, immortal personas, all these different sort of pre-made bits and pieces. And then there's a couple of full campaign stories in here that are actually quite fun. And also not just for immortals, but for, you can be I'll call it a normal person. You can be a regular person, a non-immortal, and play as them, perhaps trying to track down an immortal, or teaming up with them, or trying to stop them, as the case may be. So I got super goofy excited about it. I stayed up till 1 o'clock this morning reading the entire Highlander book. I have only just cracked the shrink on Total Recall. I haven't done a thorough look at it, but you can see it's super. What are we at? Crunch, there goes that thing again. That stand is very wonky. Probably 100 pages, 115 pages on the Total Recall movie. I haven't looked at what the what the campaign is or anything like that. So I have no idea what it's going to be like. Not as curious about this as I am about Highlander, but nevertheless, we have it, and I'm super excited to get started on some introductory articles or writings on a character of some sorts. It will probably be modeled after our boy, right? Because why be creative when you can just rip off what's been done so awesomely in the past? So we'll use some variation of the Highlander, and we'll kind of go from there with it. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because just kind of interesting, kind of fun. I might get online a little bit later on today. I know today's a busy day for all the YouTubers that do live streams and stuff, so I don't want to interrupt their business with me sucking their audience away by trying to do something live. Anyway, I thought I'd just share that with you, and it's from a company. I should probably say the name, right? It's Evil Genius Games, 5e compatible. They partner up with the movie studios to do these. Oh, so I have The Crow, and I have Escape from New York as well, but I only have those in digital format. And The Crow also looks super interesting as well. Give them a look, have a look, and then the Kickstarter, it may be of interest to you if you're into the Everyday Hero, if you get into the Everyday Hero system, but it provides a massive weapons cache, all sorts of guns and swords and equipment and claymores and Carl Gustavs and you name it. It's got it pretty much in there. And I'm excited to grab that because I've been reading a series of books called The Forgotten Ruin. And because this is 5e compatible, Forgotten Ruin is set in the what I would call Dungeons and Dragons era, but with rangers. So rangers fighting against orcs and sorcerers and elves and dwarves and all that fun stuff. It's a super epic series of books. Highly recommend them. Nick Cole and Jason Anspach are the two authors, and they're just super dope books. And I would love to recreate some of their experiences from those books in Dungeons and Dragons environment. But I need modern weapons, right? I need a rule system that will cater to that. And I think this Everyday Heroes system is the one that will allow me, to do that in a pretty straightforward manner. So I'm hoping to get that started pretty soon. All right, that and the Highlander, of course. All right, talk to all you guys soon. Have fun. I don't know how to stop this freaking video. The app has changed. I hate it when they do that. All right, I'll just say goodbye and we'll work it out. Ciao. Go roll dice. It's Saturday morning.